At Buckingham Palace, the morning sun glinted off polished brass buttons and scarlet tunics. The Queen's Guard stood in formation, silent, unmoving, perfect. Captain Edward Hawthorne, a veteran of many parades, watched his young recruit, Private William Turner, struggle to hold still. The sergeant major's voice thundered across the courtyard. Eyes front. Chin up. You are the Queen's Guard, not toy soldiers. You are the face of Britain. Do not, under any circumstance, move, speak, or smile. Private Turner, still new to the discipline, whispered out of the corner of his mouth, Sir, what if someone tries to make us laugh? Hawthorne, his gaze locked forward, murmured softly, Then you let the wind laugh for you, lad. We are the silence that speaks. Sergeant Major Clark turned sharply, barking. Hawthorne, eyes ahead. No talking during post. The captain's reply was calm, unwavering. Understood, sir. A crowd of tourists gathered, snapping photographs. Some tried to provoke reactions from the guards, shouting jokes and waving cameras. Look, he blinked, one said. No, they're like statues. How can they stand so still? Another laughed. Turner's lip quivered for a moment, but Hawthorne's quiet strength seemed to steady him. Hold the line, soldier, he murmured softly. The crown is watching. And so, the guards remained still, a wall of discipline and dignity amid the noise of the world. That night in the barracks, the guards removed their helmets and sat in the faint glow of the lamps. Turner finally spoke, his youthful curiosity breaking through. Captain, may I ask something? Hawthorne nodded. Ask. Turner hesitated. Why do we do it? Stand there for hours, in silence, for a person we barely see. Hawthorne took a slow breath before answering. It's not for her face, lad. It's for what she represents. The idea that some things, honor, service, duty, still mean something. Even when no one's watching. Turner frowned. But everyone's watching. Tourists, cameras. Hawthorne's eyes softened. Then you guard the dignity of it all. You remind them that loyalty still breathes. Sergeant Major Clark entered, overhearing their quiet exchange. Enough philosophy, Captain. We serve, we don't dream. He turned to Turner, his tone cutting. And you? Private Turner, you'll learn soon enough. This isn't about meaning. It's about order. With that, he left them in silence. Turner stared at the floor, then whispered, Maybe meaning is order, sir. Hawthorne allowed himself the faintest smile. Maybe you'll be the one to teach him that. A distant sound drifted from a nearby radio, the news reporter's somber tone filling the room. Reports confirm the Queen's health has declined overnight. Citizens gather outside the palace gates to pay their respects. The room grew still. Hawthorne stood, his gaze distant. Then tomorrow, he said quietly, we guard not just her palace. We guard her peace. The next morning was heavy with fog. The palace courtyard was draped in gray silence. The guards stood again in formation, their rifles gleaming faintly in the dim light. Bells tolled in the distance, slow and mournful. Sergeant Major Clark's voice was softer now, weighted with something unspoken. Orders are clear. The Queen rests. We guard in silence. No movement, no salute, until the royal signal is given. Turner's throat tightened. He whispered, She's gone, isn't she? Hawthorne kept his eyes fixed ahead. Eyes forward, soldier. The palace flag was lowered slowly, the colors descending through the mist. And then, through the still air, a voice, soft, regal, unmistakable, seemed to echo from beyond. The Queen's gentle tone filled the courtyard. My guards, you have stood firm through storms and seasons. You have kept watch, not over me, but over the soul of this nation. Rest easy, my soldiers. Your watch is seen. Hawthorne's jaw clenched. For the first time in years, a tear traced its way down his cheek. Turner noticed and whispered, Sir? Hawthorne, his voice low but steady, answered, Even statues weep, lad. Just not when the world's looking. He lifted his rifle once more, standing tall. The fog swirled around them like a curtain closing on an era. Sergeant Major Clark gave the final command, his voice breaking slightly. Company, present arms. The guards raised their rifles in perfect unison as the bells continued to toll. And in that solemn silence, they stood, not as mere soldiers, but as symbols of loyalty, honor, and endurance. The crowd behind the gates fell quiet. The city seemed to hold its breath. They were the Queen's Guard. And though the queen herself had passed into history, her spirit lived on in their stillness, in their duty, and in their silence.